All right, so uh, as promised, I wanted to go ahead and make a video kind of showing, capturing the movements. So I had a Euro JPY and then the Euro GBP. And so this will be a quick video just kind of showing that we were right, and I'm thankful of that. But, there's a part of me that also wants to optimize here. So I'm going to kind of show you guys what I'm thinking. Let me get rid of this right here so y'all can't see that. Pivot points, we don't need that. Okay, so it came up and kissed this level along with the 50 EMA, 20 EMA, 382. Everything just real tight, real nice right there, like a perfect trade type of situation, right? It wasn't something that I needed to do like a live entry for. It was literally a set and forget type of trade. Now, the first thing that I noticed when I looked at this is, okay, it came down, it triggered. I took my profit at 1.39, but what I could have done is really stretch this easily. One easy move, one new thing that I could have gambled on, and one new way to optimize, and that's the stop loss and having a tighter stop loss. So where can I move this to is the next question. Where can I move this where I'm still responsible and not being greedy? I'm merely, optimizing the situation. And that's something like this. So if I bring this down to 618, then I actually turn this into a 2.03 trade. So more than 2% that I've made, more than double my money off of this trade instead of a 139. And so now I've got all my notes on my higher time frames. I just wanted to move them out of the way so they're not cluttering everything. Higher time frames don't support a bearish move. They're neutral. It's a quick play, tricky because it's at the very beginning of a potential trend change. So if I look at, obviously, the monthly isn't really giving me a whole lot. We're just kind of trending downwards. We got a small bar here, not a rejection bar or anything. But how I read this personally right now at this stage in my development, I don't see this as a bearish signal. It's just trending downwards. This weekly bar, that's a bullish engulfing, but I'm still not super convinced that that's a bullish move in the short term. And I was right in this instance. Along with um, these signals for, um, this isn't necessarily continuation, and it's also not really strong on the bearish side either. It's more of a neutral situation here. But whenever I go and I look at my 4-hour chart, um, and I just look at the price action, you can see that it was dying around, what is that, early yesterday morning. What's today? The 12th, yeah. So on the 11th, early yesterday morning, it started dying down on the 4-hour chart. So on the hourly, I can drill down a little bit further, and I see the consolidation. I also see like a real sloppy looking, just a rollover, man. I don't want to call this a head and shoulder pattern because it's not really, but you could kind of make a case for that. Either way, the rollover itself coincides with this MACD divergence that I'm noticing. I don't know if we had any on 4-hour. We didn't have any on 4-hour chart. The 1-hour chart, we got some MACD divergence. And so that kind of told the story as well, along with this just beautiful entry opportunity. And the fact that I saw that it was going to be, a beautiful move and kind of have everything stacked up in the intraday meant that I just wanted to make this a quick trade. It wasn't going to be something that I hold real long. And as you can see, it dropped into that 618 level and just kind of went. Now it's starting to go sideways, at least for the past 2 bars. So that's what I'm going to expect to happen here. Let me see here. And then I want to talk about GBP, Euro GBP. So this is a really, really good example for me because we're moving in the right direction. We haven't obviously, hit the profit target just yet, but I had mentioned that we wanted to get in at zero point 0.5. So it's literally a similar move to Euro JPY, and I'm just looking for it to, roll over the situation. Even MACD looks a little, shaky. Um, I'm not 100% sure if my analysis was as tight with this one as it was JPY, but we've got some signs that we're running out of steam on the daily chart. We got some signs that we're running out of steam on the weekly chart. That bar's still forming, so we got to watch it. It's only Wednesday. We got a couple days for it to do something different. And then the monthly, again, I put all my notes here just to get this stuff out of the way. Stop placement unmodified because of recent price action. That's an afterthought, but that's a smart way of looking at that. Difficulty high because it's the first move of a trend change. And I think I also said that on the previous one, maybe. Yeah, potential trend change. We're early here, so that means less confirmation on the intraday charts. That means we're trading like wave one, not wave 3, where we typically want to be. And I'm going to have to tighten that up. That's just going to be a measure of experience and getting the reps in. Anyways, let me show you this. This is the dangerous part of tightening my stop to get more out of my trade, squeeze the juice out of the trade. On this situation, I wouldn't because of the price action, number one. So look at this price action before the move, and then look at JPY's before the move. We're way up here with the price action before the move on that one. So yeah, I can pull it down and make it a little bit tighter without feeling, too much like I'm going to get caught there. You see what I'm saying? So let's look at the difference again. See this pullback? This pullback was supposed to, if it got me triggered in at 382, like it did with JPY, and super clean and everything coincided, then maybe I'd be able to squeeze down. But since I got in on a 0.5 instead, that meant that it wasn't smart for me to squeeze down on this one. Along with the fact that recent price action was actually at the 618. So I would have been running a real intense risk of maybe getting stopped out because we're right there on the price. This one is a little further out. It's pushed out further down. We got all this stuff that was kind of showing us that we weren't going to get harmed here, and we were able to shrink down without really, getting in trouble here. So it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of price action, to be honest, on this one, man. This one just exploded through these levels, and for whatever reason, when I looked at Euro JPY, I just didn't even assume that we were going to be able to squeeze down on this one, and so I didn't. I'm sorry, Euro GBP. And JPY, I knew the entry was going to be a 382. That's what I was aiming at. I didn't even want to do a 5. I didn't think to do a 5 or anything. Yeah, so that's just how that ended up playing out, which is interesting. Let's take a deeper look real quick. So right before we had that pullback, we had some smaller bars. And I love seeing smaller bars before a big move. And Euro GBP just didn't have those really small bars. It only had a couple here, and then we have big bars. Big bars aren't necessarily what I'm looking for. I'm looking for deceleration, not acceleration, going up to the level that I needed to reject. So anyways, just a little bit of background on how to look at this stuff and the difference in the moves. They're both moving the same direction. They're both coming off of like this strange head and shoulder-ish type of pattern rollover, MACD divergence, the beginning of a trend change, potential trend change at the time when it was placed, and two very different price action situations upon entry. This one's got 2, and then but these 2 bars are actually very, very strong reversal bars. So I kind of lucked out here, and I'm glad I pushed my stop way back. Well, not way back, but to the normal level. All right, y'all. Peace.